Now, in medical science since centuries, there have been evidences that in camel urine there is therapeutic benefit, there is medical benefit. Right hundreds of years before, we heard of Ibn Sina. Ali ibn Sina, in his book, Zad al-Mad, volume 4, page number 47-48, he writes that amongst the urine of the camel, the most beneficial urine is the urine of the Bedouin camel known as Najib. Talking about the past. In the recent, if you read the article of Professor Dr. Abdul Fattah Mahmood Idris, he writes that in the urine of the camel, there are various benefits for the skin, for the treatment of eczema, for the treatment of boils, of wet and dry ulcers. It can be used for various skin diseases. It also says it can be used for the hair, to thicken the hair, and used against dandruff. There are various scientific evidences, research is done. It may not be as famous, because it's not famous, the ChatGPT did not pick it up. But if you go to medical journals, there are. If you read the work done by Dr. Hassam Ali Awadi, he writes that in the urine of the camel, there is treatment for disease of the skin, like eczema, like ulcer. It even thickens the hair, and even treatment of dandruff. And we know that there are various minerals in the urine of the camel. You also have to read the research done by Dr. Abdul Rahman Al-Khurshid, that in urine there is potential treatment for cancer. And this has been published in the Journal of Cancer Treatment, a medical journal. Again, it may not be as famous that the GPT should pick it up. So it may not be commonly known. So there are medical benefits. So this is a hadith which is one of the most controversial in Tibb Nabwi. The other controversial hadith is our beloved Prophet Muhammad said. It's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 3623, as well as Sahih Muslim, volume number 6, hadith number 5751, in which the Prophet said that fever is from the heat of the hellfire. Cool it with water. I had done research on my hadith. Now I'm doing research on ChatGPT. So today my information was approach. So I'm asking in Google first, can fever be treated by water, cold water? No. I asked the GPT, can fever be treated by water? No. Then I go to my sources and I've done research. And I read in my notes that Galen in 129 CE, died in 210 CE in the 2nd and 3rd century. He was a Roman physician. He used cold water to treat certain types of fever. His philosophy was like cures like. Means no, his philosophy was opposite. The cure is the opposite. So if you have a fever, today I have knowledge of medical science. Normally I do agree. You should never use cold water for treating a normal fever. I agree with it. Because fever is an internal, when it fights your germs and diseases, the fever, the temperature is raised, it acts as a therapy. So I agree with it. But you have to realize that in the prophetic approach, whenever there's a hadith, it may be universal or it may be localized. Very important. One very important factor of Tibb Nabwi is, whenever there is any treatment given in the hadith, it may be for a specific type of disease or general disease. So when the Prophet here spoke about fever, it is not talking about the fever that you and I have normally. It's talking about heat stroke. Because in the desert, you normally have heat stroke. Now if you change your question, can you treat heat stroke with cold water? Golden treatment, golden treatment. So you change the question, you ask in Google, can you treat heat stroke with cold water? Yes, golden treatment. Number one, if you don't do it fast, the person may die. In the previous question, that's what type of a fever. So you can realize that the way you ask the question, your answer may be different. So please don't rely on Google. If the Google goes against the Quran, put the Google in the dustbin. If it goes against Sahih Hadith, keep this in mind. If the Google or ChatGPT goes against any Quranic verse, put it in the dustbin. Or do research how to prove it wrong. If you ask the Google, if it says anything, any information in the Quran again, okay, do research. You have to realize that you have to change your type of questioning so that you get the answer which supports the Quran. So when I changed my information, can you use cold water for heat stroke? Yes, golden treatment. So the fever that the Prophet is talking about in the Hadith of Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim is the heat stroke.